Okay, please try. Okay, please try to implement it. Okay.
Sure. Hope the lab access of the Fortinet will be available after this class, or how is it actually? I have taken 2 batches actually, Palo Alto and Fortinet. So what about the lab access of Fortinet? It will be expired by this week, or how is it?
No, I think that will be available. You can check with the Neha. Okay, Neha ma'am is already there in this call. Uh, so you can
Hello?
coordinate with her. She will let you know, right?
Yeah, sure. Can I
I
get
think
her
it will be
number
there.
actually?
Yeah,
Can I
I
get her
think.
number?
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, P. Kumar. How's you?
Fine, sir. Fine, sir.
So are you like practicing it? I'm asking from Rama and Rajkumar. Actually, they are not practicing the sessions I am delivering here. Are you practicing? You are also
No,
not
sir.
coming with any problems, na? That's why.
No, sir. No practicing now. I will stay the home, but not Wi-Fi connection. Only for this phone connection only.
Okay. Guys, believe me, whenever you will go for or appear in any interview, na, you will get 50% of your questions from the VPN section and then HA section, right?
Sir,
So
give me the interview question. Give me, sir.
sure. I'll share you. Just go step by step. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
The day wise I am covering it, na. Just follow me and just keep the things in your mind, right? Do practice and then you will get to know. You will be
Okay,
the
sir. Okay.
expert in handling the firewall, right? Hi Chandor, how's you?
Hi, Ray. Yeah, not bad,
So
not bad.
we are discussing like I have checked with the Rajkumar Subramaniam that they are practicing all those topics or not that we have covered till now. Actually, we are about to finish our batch, right? So
Yeah.
same
Definitely.
question to you also. Are you practicing these?
I need to start, man. I'll finish it this weekend, definitely. I'll finish every labs.
Okay,
I'm
so
going
are
through
you
the
done?
videos, but I'll do the
Mhm.
labs this weekend. I'll finish it off.
So are you done with the VPN concepts?
Yeah, the videos I looked at it. I've done it.
Mhm. So VPN concepts are clear to you, or you need any
Yes. Yeah. I've done lots, man. Should be
clarification?
fine.
No.
Yeah.
So try to build the lab, right? Then you will
Yes.
get stuck
Yeah.
somewhere. Then you will get to know how to troubleshoot, right?
Yeah.
So guys, as you already know, we were discussing about the security profiles, right? So today, we will be continuing our session, right? Uh, already discussed many security DNS filter, file filter. Okay, what is the? So guys, we were discussing about the security profiles, right? So we have discussed how antivirus profile works. What is the use of this web filtering profile, right? Antivirus is used to scan your data, right? Scan your data for protecting it from the viruses, worms, and trojan, right? Web filter, you can apply the URL filtering with it. DNS filter, you can block any kind of DNS. In video filter, you can block the DNS. Category-wise videos along with your security policy, right? We have a FortiGuard based filter available for the video as well, right? We have seen what are the options available with all these sections. What is file filter? How intrusion prevention work, right? What is the signature, right? So today we will be having a discussion on SSL inspection, right? So anyone knows what is SSL inspection? Anyone knows what is SSL inspection, how it works, what is the use?
Basically, they're like intercepting the SSL traffic, terminating of the firewall, so that we can decrypt the traffic in the firewall, deep inspect it, and then send it through the tunnel.
Okay, so what is the purpose of decrypting or intercepting?
Because the data played out, we can't see it when it goes through the encrypted channel. So we have to decrypt it and inspect it and send it across.
Yeah, right. So guys, see, whenever we have any connection, right? Suppose this is our, first of all, to understand the SSL decryption, you need to understand the SSL handshake, how SSL handshake works. First of all, what is the use of SSL deep inspection, right? Chandor is right. He explained it correct. Suppose we have a firewall placed between our user and one server, right? This is my server, that is a, suppose, example.com, right? This is our server, is example.com, okay? And my user is trying to reach to the example.com from his browser, right? Then what will happen? Why it's not working? Okay, I will take this, no problem. Okay, I'll take another paint. Try to explain it again. Okay, this is my firewall. This is okay. Yeah, now it's working. So guys, this is firewall, right? And this is my user machine, right? And this is my one server, right? This is server, this is client. So what will happen whenever this client will try to access any website, right? You guys know this time all of the websites are hosted on HTTPS or is using SSL inspection, right? So whenever this client system that is behind your firewall will try to initiate or try to reach any server, right, with the SSL traffic, right? So what will happen is the SSL tunnel will be created between your server and the client, right? And the encrypted traffic will flow through this channel, right? And we have a firewall in between, but the firewall will not utilize its feature or will not able to read what is going inside because it doesn't have any key, right? Because it doesn't have anything to decrypt this encrypted traffic, to see this encrypted traffic. So what will happen, this firewall will not be able to apply its all the content filtering, or you can say all the security profiles properly, right? So to apply these security profiles, like to check the data, what data is going, right? The data is a malicious, is having any virus, worms, trojan, right? Is there it, is it infected, uh, uh, so it will not be able to do any kind of scanning for this, like, okay, that we called in FortiGate as a deep packet inspection. So deep packet inspection will not be performed, means firewall will not be able to do the deep packet inspection of the encrypted packets. So to resolve this issue, we have a SSL inspection profile available with our firewall. So firewall will do whenever the SSL inspection is available, then firewall will gonna intercept the SSL connection. Okay, what does intercept means? Like Chandor said, firewall will intercept the SSL connection. So what does interception means? I believe I have not started the recording, right? Yeah, it's started. Okay, So guys, what does it means? Like firewall will intercept the SSL connection, means firewall will now there will be two connections will be established, right? One connection will be between your client and the firewall, and another connection will be your firewall and the server. Okay, whatever the encrypted traffic was flowing between the client and the server, that will be decrypted by the firewall, right? That will be decrypted by your firewall, and then it will be inspected. Okay, it will be inspected for antivirus, web filtering, application control, all those things, IPS signatures, for any malware detection, right? Then it will be re-encrypted by the firewall, and then it will be sent to the server. So this is how our SSL decryption, or you can say outbound decryption, works, right? So first of all, we will try to understand what is SSL handshake and how it works, right? Let me go through the document once. Okay, I hope this is visible to everyone, right? So guys, here we will see how the SSL handshake happens, right? Suppose this is my client side and this is my server side, right? So first of all, we will see how the negotiation happens between the client and the server. So first of all, a three-way handshake happens between the client and the server, right? What happens in three-way handshake? Can anyone tell me? You must have heard about the three-way handshake, right? What is three-way handshake?
Yes, yes. SYN, SYN.
This is how you will explain in like interview. Synax, sin. So yeah, you are right with the terminology, but your explanation is not good. So what will happen? Client will initiate a SYN packet, right? And then server will replies with the acknowledgement plus its synchronized SYN packet, and then finally client will replies back with the acknowledgement, right? So this is called three-way handshake. So after the three-way handshake, SSL handshake will be happen between the server and the client, right? So in first message, client hello will be sent. What will be sent in client hello? So client will send the cipher suits, okay, and the supported algorithm in the client hello message, right? Then server will replies back with the server hello. Okay, so it will send uh, the public key, right? Public key and the supported algorithms. Okay, so client will receive the public key, or you can say in the form of certificate, right? Server will replies with the certificate that will be having a public key, right? SSL certificate. Private key it is mentioned. Why? I think it exchange of public key, no? Yeah, it is wrong. I believe it's wrong. SSL handshake. Let's see. So you can see here, right? Since in ACK, right? Then the three-way handshake is established. Then client sends client hello, and then server replies with a server hello, right? In server hello, what goes? Public key should go, right? Okay, not an issue. So private in server hello, what will go? You can remember like certificate. Client will receive a certificate from the server, right? And then in the server, in the client, like client will verify that certificate information, right? And then it will generate a pre-master key using the public key. Here it is written in public key, right? Because it receives a public key along with the certificate in the client side. So what will happen? It will validate the certificate and then it will generate one pre-master key using that public key, right? Then what will happen? So client will receive and then it will send the pre-master key, then the pre-master key, then the server verifies the client certificate, right? This is a optional part, right? If client is having a certificate, then it replies a certificate. Then if not, then it can be skipped, right? Then with the help of the pre-master key, okay, the session key will be generated. Okay, that we call as a master secret also, right? Then with the session key is mathematically same in both the sides, right? With the pre-master key, this will generate the session key, server side will generate the session key, and the client side will also generate a session key, right? And with that session key is basically mathematically same in both the side. Then whenever this client will initiate any traffic, that will be encrypted by that session key, right? Because server is having the same session key, so he can or server can decrypt that data or can replies back with encrypting with the same session key, right? So this is how the SSL handshake works between the server and the client. Okay. So guys, now we will see what is outbound inspection in case of uh, firewall, right? So here in this diagram, you can see we have a client machine, right? And here we have a firewall, and this is going to the internet, right? In internet, we have a server available. So in outbound inspection, you can see firewall is intercepting the SSL connection, and one connection is being formed between the client and the firewall, and another connection is formed between the firewall and the server. So what happens exactly? Firewall will receives the traffic from the server, not from the server, from the client, right? And it will decrypt that packet, or it will decrypt that information, and it will perform all the checks, security checks, like antivirus check, okay, anti-malware check, Trojan virus. It will
Hello.
check the application controls, URL filtering, right?
Yeah, Rohit. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, SSL encryption, how it will happen is it is directly getting by a vendor, right? Will buy a certificate, right?
uh, See, whenever you have a client na, and you
Yeah.
will try to initiate any like whenever we browse any website, right? Suppose
Mhm.
example.com is my website, okay?
Okay.
So what will happen? This you might have noticed nowadays we have all the website hosted on HTTPS, right?
Yes,
What
yes.
does HTTPS means? Your website is secured with secured, right? With
Yeah.
SSL.
Yeah.
Okay, means your connection, your client to server connection will be encrypted, right? With the SSL. So if your server to client connection is encrypted, then if you have a firewall in between, then you will not be able to read this data flowing through between the server and the
Yes.
client,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So we have a SSL decryption available feature in our firewall. So with the firewall SSL decryption, what will happen? Basically, it will intercept your SSL connection, right? It will gonna intercept this SSL connection. So what will
Okay.
happen? It will create a two SSL connection. One SSL will be created between your client and the firewall, and another will be created between the firewall and the server, right? So what will happen? Whatever traffic will be received from the client, so firewall will do the decryption of the data, right? And after decrypting the data, firewall can read the data, right? Because it is now decrypted. So it can
No,
apply
okay.
all its filters.
Yeah,
It
here
can
my
do the
question.
deep inspection, right?
Yeah, here I have a doubt. Actually, while HTTPS means we need to get a certificate or a key from the vendor, right? While
Yes,
hosting this website. But
yes,
here, here,
exactly.
but here, firewall don't know that key. How can it decrypt that? That is my question. Because we here server, we bought it for server. We don't know about the firewall all the things. How
Yeah,
firewall
suppose
knows the?
actually what happens is you have a certificate authority, right? With
Yeah.
that certificate authority, you will be getting a one certificate, right?
Yes.
That certificate we will be using in our firewall. Okay, so firewall now firewall will become root for your client machine, right? Now client will trust this, uh, will establish the trust with your firewall, right? And the firewall will be able to decrypt that data using this certificate, right?
Okay. Means how firewall will get the certificate? Because it is
See,
for only server.
we will have a certificate authority available, right? We will import the certificate from the certificate authority. Like we will copy all the data of the certificate, and then we will generate one certificate in firewall, right? And then we will share this certificate in all our endpoints, right? Then in our endpoints, the root CA will be our firewall, right? Means my end devices will gonna trust the firewall as a root. Okay, since
Okay.
it is having a firewall signed by the external authority, right? We will download that certificate. Suppose in real environment what happens, you will be having one CSR, right? You will generate one CSR file. Okay,
Okay.
there you will mention all the details available with your like organization detail, company detail, like certificate details. Okay, you will give all the details, and then you will present it to the CA. Okay, that is certificate authority. We have multiple certificate authority like GoDaddy, like है ना? Google, Google certificate authority. So
Yeah.
you will get it signed with the trusted CA, right? This certificate will you will get signed from the trusted CA, and then we will import this certificate to our firewall, right? And then we will generate one self-signed certificate within our firewall, and then we will sign that certificate with this imported certificate, right? And then we will install these self-signed certificate in our machines, right? So for our machines, we will install this certificate in the trusted CA, right? So it will trust our firewall, right? For SSL. So whenever the SSL connection will be happens, take place or will be created between the client and the firewall, so it will be decrypted by the firewall, right? Because the same certificate we are using here, and we it is also having here, so it can decrypt that traffic, right? Hope your doubt is clear now.
Yes. Yes.
Is it clear?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. See, I'll explain it again. You will get to know. See what is written here. You can see the two SSL connection will be formed. One between the client and the firewall, and another will be from firewall and the server, right? So outbound inspection TLS connection from the client behind the firewall to the internet, and the firewall decrypts the SSL traffic to allow the application control features such as URL filter, virus scan, file filter policy, and scan to the traffic, right? So what will happen? Firewall will decrypt and it will apply all its security profile checks, right? So the firewall dynamically creates a certificate and signs it with a SSL root certificate, right? The traffic is re-encrypted and forwarded to the destination. Okay, that I told you, firewall will generate one certificate and it will be signed by the trusted root CA. Okay, and then firewall, what it is saying, and firewall will re-encrypt and forward the data, right? I told you it will again re-encrypt the traffic and it will forward the data to the server. Means one SSL connection will exist between the firewall and the server also. Okay, for client to accept the intercepted SSL session with a dynamic self-signed certificate, the SSL inception root certificate must be placed in a trusted root store behind the firewall. Okay, so whatever certificate we will generate in our firewall, that needs to be installed in our machines to trust that, to build the trust with the firewall, right? That must be installed in your trusted root certificates. Okay, then only it will gonna trust the firewall for the SSL connection. Okay, so this is how the interception happens. You can see in the diagram. Okay, here we have a client, firewall, and then the server, right? Once the client will send the hello, now here our firewall will intercept and it will generate another session, and this time client hello will not directly reach to the server. This time what will happen? Client will hold that hello and it will send the hello on behalf of the client to the server, right? Here you can see firewall will send the client hello on behalf of the client, right? Then client will replies back with the server hello and the certificate available, right? That is certificate that is signed by the trusted root certificate authority, right? Now what will happen? Firewall will validate that certificate and will create one dynamic certificate, right? Or we can say self-signed certificate. Now that certificate will be forwarded to the client machine, right? Server hello plus certificate, and the SSL connection will be happen this way. Okay, here I have mentioned the steps. See, client will send the hello, and this will includes the supported versions and the ciphers available, right? Connection is intercepted or blocked by the firewall, and firewall will send a hello to the server. Okay, now server will replies with the hello and it includes a certificate. Okay, now firewall will gonna validate this certificate. If the certificate is invalid, then firewall will terminate that connection, right? Okay, now what is next step? Firewall will generate a dynamic certificate. Okay, one certificate will be generated in the firewall. Whenever possible, the dynamic certificate is created with the same values as the server certificate. Okay, what does this line means? Suppose we have a server certificate that is having an organization value, OU value, time, and there are lot of details available in a certificate, right? So what will happen? The certificate that will be generated in the firewall, that will be having this exactly same details as it is there in the server certificate, right? And then that certificate, dynamic certificate, is signed by the trusted root certificate, right? That we have imported from the server. Okay, and then what we will have to do? We will have to install that dynamic certificate to our end users machines, right? That will be applied through the GPO, group policy update in a bunch, right? Then the secure connection, or you can say SSL connection, can be made or can be established between the client and the firewall. So guys, is this clear to everyone, or you have any doubt? how the SSL interception works. Is it clear, guys?
Yeah, it's clear. Thank you.
Clear, na? So guys, from the FortiGate firewall inspection, so we have basically two type of inspection available in our FortiGate, right? If you will see here in the firewall section, right? Admin. Okay. So if you will see no inspection, then certificate inspection, and then deep inspection. So we have basically two type of inspection available. This is some custom, some features enabled, disabled in the deep, right? So we have mainly two type of inspection available with our FortiGate firewall. That is certificate inspection and the deep inspection. So in case of certificate inspection, it will only gonna check the certificate from the server, whether the certificate is valid or not, right? But in case of deep inspection, what will happen? Firewall will decrypt. Basically, in certificate inspection, there will not be a interception by the firewall, right? It will only check the certificate, whether the certificate is valid or not. But in case of deep inspection, firewall will gonna inspect, right? Firewall will gonna intercept the SSL connection, and this whole theory will gonna apply. Means once SSL connection will be formed between your client and the firewall, and another SSL connection will be formed between your firewall and the server. Okay, so this is the difference here, right? So for attaching this type of profile, what you need to do, you can go to the security profile, right? You can attach it here, right? Deep inspection. If you will select the certificate inspection, then you don't need any certificate to install your endpoint, because here our firewall is not performing any interception, right? Because here when we are going through the certificate inspection, it will only validate the certificate, right? So you do not need to install any certificate in your end user machine. But if you will go with the deep inspection, then you will definitely get an error while accessing any website or anything. Okay, that we have seen yesterday's video also, like when we were applying the video filtering, I have enabled this deep inspection. You might have seen the not secure website, right? So if you
Yes.
will go with this option, then interception will not be done by the firewall, right?
This will not be trusted, right? Then for with our security environment. How
Which one?
first one is without any inspection actually. The first point what you are saying.
Or without any inspection
Or
means
for example,
you can
certificate.
say,
I'm talking about certificate of inspection.
in this mode, FortiGate firewall will only like validate the certificate from the server, right? But it will not intercept. Means it will not decrypt and re-encrypt the traffic. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay. At
in this,
the time, you mentioned like it will check the malicious packets. It will, whether the data will be any malicious or whether it is
that part will not be taken care here, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Means it will do, but it will not do that level of deep inspection do, right?
Okay.
With the SSL encrypted, because the traffic will flow in a encryption mode, right? So it will not decrypt the traffic, so it will not be able to do the proper inspection, right? It will only check the certificates. Okay. But if you want your profile, this profile to be utilized properly, then you need to go with the deep inspection, right? But again, your deep inspection is a more CPU consuming. Okay.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I. Yeah.
So let's test it. Okay. Suppose I'm using the certificate inspection mode. Okay. Now I'm going to the system. I will try to hit any destination. Okay. Internet destination. Then we will see whether we are getting any error or not. Okay. It is already opened, I believe. What happened? Why it's not working? So Rajkumar, are you clear, right? This SSL handshake is clear to you?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
How the firewall like intercept the traffic, it reads the encrypted traffic and reconstruct it.
Yeah, just my doubt is actually for server we'll buy separate certificate, right? And firewall also we need to do the same.
See, we have a server certificate. Server certificate will be imported in our firewall, right?
Okay, yeah. Means directly we are buying for getting that certificate from vendor for firewall only. Okay, that will be act as in between the server and client.
Yes.
Okay.
We will generate one certificate, or a dynamic certificate will be generated by your firewall. Then it will be signed by the _𝗏𝗏 that is coming from the server, right? Then that self-signed certificate or the certificate generated by your firewall will be installed, or you need to install that certificate to the end machines. Then your end machine will establish a trust bit with the firewall.
Session, yeah.
Yeah. So this is how it will work. Okay. So it's opening. Let me try to access something. So we should not get any certificate error, right? Because we are using certificate inspection, right? So let me check whether the internet is available here or not. Yeah, internet is available.
So now we are going to generate the CSR from the firewall, right?
Yeah, we will do that.
Okay.
See, I am able to access the Google without any issue, right? I'm not getting any certificate error, right? When I have configured my firewall policy with a certificate inspection mode, right? You can see here, right? We have a certificate inspection. So here we are not getting any certificate related error because we are not decrypting the firewall, like we are not decrypting the traffic, SSL traffic on the firewall, right? So it is directly establishing a SSL connection with the Google. That is why we are not getting any certificate error. So whenever we will do it, like if I will go and select it as a deep inspection, then it will throw an error, right? It should throw an error. How we can do this? I need to go here. I will select deep inspection, right? Suppose I'm using deep inspection this time. So now let's see what will happen. Google.com. Slowly. Oh, how it's loading. Yesterday we have seen, right? We were getting the certificate error, not secure. See, that was picking the session from the cache, right? Once I applied the deep inspection, I'm getting a certificate error, right? Because my client is not trusting my firewall because it doesn't have any certificate installed in its root authority, right? So what we can do here, we can generate one certificate from the firewall, right? For the certificate available, right? So how we can generate a certificate? Sorry, close this. Yeah. So let's try to generate one certificate, right? So I'll give it as a 40 net test. Host IP domain name 40net test. Let's say I'm defining here. Okay, organization ABC. Right. I'm just giving the random values. Let's try. So here you guys can see we have generated the CSR. Please go on mute, guys. So let me go to the SSL decryption profile. Let's see in deep inspection. So guys, here we already have one certificate available with our FortiGate, right? So what I can do, either I can generate and then install that certificate in our end machines, or I can utilize this certificate as well, right? So what I will do, I will be using this certificate, right? But how I will put this in my host machine? Will have to attach in my Gmail. Then I will open my Gmail, right? So it is downloaded, right? So we will gonna use this deep inspection profile. Okay. So we will need this certificate. Okay. So here you guys can see we have two inspection mode: SSL certificate inspection and full inspection. So guys, full inspection is our deep inspection. Okay. In SSL certificate inspection, it will not gonna decrypt or re-encrypt your traffic, right? So rest of the thing I'm keeping as it is. Okay. So by default, you can see it will gonna inspect all these ports. Okay. These are the categories you can, if you want to bypass. Okay. For the SSL inspection, you can select over here. Okay. Like in your banking sites. Okay. In banking sites, we always want to secure communication between the client and server. Okay. In banking sites, we do not perform any decryption, right? So you can exclude your banking sites, finance and banking sites, from the SSL inspection, right? So invalid certificate, invalid SSL certificate, custom, expired certificate, I will keep block, revoked. Okay. I will not change anything else apart from this. Okay. So what I need to do, I will go to the Google, my mail, and I will try to open my mail here also to get that certificate, right? Or how can I get that certificate?
WinSCP, like that, and to put some same network you have.
WinSCP, but how I will? Okay, we can do one thing. I can disable the SSL profile and I can get access of the firewall on this PC from the LAN port, and then I can download it here, right? That we can do. Okay, so what I will do, I will remove it from the deep inspection, right? I'll select custom, Sorry, it's not working. Okay, so I'll select custom inspection here, right? Now I'll allow the firewall GUI access from the LAN port, that is my 10110. So I'll allow the HTTPS. Okay, now I will go to my firewall end machine, right? Since the SSL is now disabled, so I will be accessing the firewall, right? Okay, it works on HTTP, right? We haven't enabled HTTP here, so I will quickly enable the HTTP. We are not getting option, so set allow access HTTP end, right? So I'll go to my test machine. So I'm getting the option to log in now, right? Okay, I have opened my firewall. You go to the security profiles and then SSL inspection and deep inspection, right? So I'll download this certificate. Okay, now this certificate is downloaded here, so we can see the certificate. You can see it is issued to this, right? This is the serial number of our firewall, right? If you will come here and you will see 70 QAA 70, right? So in our certificate we have a QAA 70 issued to QAA 70, right? So I will install this certificate in this local machines trusted CA directory, right? So trusted root CA, okay, so that it can trust the Fortinet, right? I will also install in a current user same directory. I'll place it in a trusted root CA. Okay, now certificate is installed in our machine. Now let's try to enable the policy. Okay, where is my policy? Policy and objects, firewall policy. Then I'll edit this policy, right? Then I'll select deep inspection over here, and we are, let's say we are blocking social networking, right? What is there? Okay, social networking is blocked. Okay, now let me go to the machine again. Let me try any internet website. Let's see whether we are getting any certificate error or not. Okay, I will test it in the same window, incognito. Getting any option? We are still getting the error. Why? If I will view the certificate, then you can see it is showing the Fortinet certificate, right? But it is not trusting it. Why? We will try to install it again, right? Download Fortinet, right? Install certificate to the current user. Okay, we have a time mismatch. I believe that is the reason. Let me adjust the time also. May 14th. 10 p.m. right? 10:22. Okay. 14th May. Okay, see guys, now this time it is loading. Okay. Here it is showing some error. Error certificate weak key. Let me try in Mozilla once. So guys, we have some limitations like with the trial license. You can see google.com, right? Advanced. Here we are getting the certificate from the FortiGate, right? Accept risk. Okay, now it's opening. See guys, it is signed by the Fortinet, right? Common name you can see is the serial number of our FortiGate firewall, right? So this is how your interception works. So this time our firewall is performing the interception. You can see the certificate here, right? It is having a name issued to the, we have installed the certificate that was issued to this name, right? I have shown you the certificate, right? If you remember. So that certificate is taking place and it's working. So this is how the interception works, right? So if I will open it and I'll show you, then you can see it is issued to FG and this 𝗂𝗲𝗿𝗂𝗃7D. That is the serial number of my firewall, right? So this is how you can do the deep inspection in your FortiGate firewall. Okay. So guys, any query regarding this? This is called outbound inspection. Okay. So in case of Fortinet, we have two inspections available. That is certificate inspection and one is deep inspection. Okay. In certificate inspection, firewall is not going to intercept the SSL connection between the client and the server. It will only check the certificate validity, right? Whether the certificate is valid or not. Okay. If the certificate is valid, then it will allow the connection. Else, if the certificate is invalid, then it will terminate the session. And another one option is available, that is deep inspection. Okay. In deep inspections, FortiGate firewall will intercept the SSL connection between your client and the server, right? So one connection will be established between your client machine to the server, client machine and the firewall, and another SSL connection will establish between your firewall and the server, backend server. Okay, that we have tested in our lab also. I hope it's clear, guys. So just go through it and let me know if you have any doubt regarding the this session. We have discussed SSL handshake and how deep inspection works, in case of FortiGate firewall, right? Okay, guys, Chandor, Subramaniam, Rajkumar, any doubt? Or we are good to close for today?
Yeah, we are good, man. We are good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, thanks.
Just repeat it, okay? Just recall it, try to
Yeah.
revise it, and come with the queries if you have any in your mind.
Can you
Okay.
please share the notes, notes please? Actually?
Yeah, sure. Today, by today or tomorrow morning, definitely I will share all the notes for these security profiles, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Rest, all of the notes I have already shared, right? You might have received, right? Whatever
I
topic
believe
I have
around
covered.
6. I believe around 6
Yeah,
notes is in the
yeah, I have
5 to
shared
6.
everything like VPN, HA, okay, AD integration. Then this security profiles I will be sharing you. There is some modification required, that's why I kept on hold. I
Yeah,
will
sure.
share it, okay, after
Yeah,
the modification
yeah,
done.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, just go through it and just revise the things, okay? Okay, guys, bye-bye. Have a good day.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.